Okay, welcome lovely people. This is Mr. Horizon. During the weekend, there was, I don't know whether it was the weekday or the weekend, there was this banter up and down between the fans of Rosie and the fans of Adjoati. Personally, I don't know Adjoati. Personally, I know Rosie. Yeah, so I felt to say something about this. And this is Matters Arise. You know, the matter they come and we go talk. So I saw people, normal Ghana fans. This she's jealous of you, Rosie fans look after her, and that. Who here? And one advice to these two people is you choose an industry to your fans. Create. You came into this industry, you met a lot of people like Abubakar and Calibus, Shatawali and Stoneboy, the rest. Your fans have this reality. Oh, these people look good together. These people should have married. They have those things, even in movies. This girl is jealous of this one. Even with the male movies. If you let this thing become your reality, you may lose opportunities in this industry and you're not go far. Because there will come a time where Rose will get a gig and she will be the headline of the show. And maybe you are Joati. They will ask Rose, okay, your co-host is a Joati. Do you like or don't you like? It's there. They'll ask her, since she's the headline and everything, they'll ask her, will you be comfortable with her? If she says yes, you are employed. You get your cash. You bring the bread. You share the bread. Same with Adjoati. You can get some gig and be like, Rose is coming, though, will you be comfortable? It's happening. It is reality. So don't let your fans create some impression in your head. Don't let 1 hour, 2 hours podcast determine everything. Because I've seen some people going live with Adjoati and telling her she hates you, she's not your type, you are seeing all this. I've seen Rose too, people are telling her forget about her. No. Let them talk to your fans. But deal with reality and not social media. As it is said in that interview or that podcast. It may not be like how it seems. Okay. So with the podcast, I think conversations went on. And what is trending is where Paradise came to write a whole lot of stuff on Twitter. And I think it's there. You can go and read. Maybe we could read it to you. Paradise was like one podcast. They don't think they don't think when they talking about that always they are bringing him up in the conversations. And what is it? And Admiralty was like, when I was defending you, blah 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 blah. And Paradise posted a video. Is this the defending you're defending me? So I think previously Umbrella also was like, oh, she was defending you. So when she saw that post, she was like, oh, but the trailer looks like she was defending you. That's what I'm saying. Some of these things when they come, don't just be a fan and use short reels to judge the issue. Go into the issue, watch the videos, do some cognitive analysis. Don't judge with emotions, judge with logic. So today we'll be judging with logic. For Rose, I see people also saying, her name is this. And the Rose I know, the Rose I went to school with, her name is Rose Ifiakone. We even used to call her Resh. I don't know about this Khadija name. And when I met Rose, 2019, she was 17 years old. So it's 7 years now since we completed that school I met her at. So at the age, she's 23, madam. If I tell you that impedance and people are saying, wow, telling lies. But she is not as people are portraying her. And with Adjoati also. Adjoati, I think, I don't know. This is her first podcast, or she has been on other podcasts before. But I think she's new to this limelight of podcasting when it comes to communication. She is very poor. She doesn't understand the question well before she just answers. You understand? When the question is thrown at her, she doesn't sit down to analyze it before she answers. She just answers it. And with Ruth, some of the bash question and all, like when I saw it with Rose, I just cast my mind back to Delay. And I saw people under Delay's post saying all sorts of stuff, just like Rose. See, when you go to an interview or it's a podcast and there are no written questions given to the presenter or your co-host or whoever it is, just know the answer you will give or what you say. If there are people who are, I don't know if they've been to the media school, they know about journalism, I don't know. But the question you answer, they will pick a point from that question you answered and ask the next question because there are no written questions. And with such interviews, if you are not smart, you cannot do it. Because they will use your own words to judge you. That was what Ruth was doing. Exactly what she was doing. She was using the words of the lady to judge her. So you see, even Paradise posted that this part Rose used to judge, used to trick her or whatever. I don't know that post is there. So I went to watch the first episode, second, third. And looking at stuff, I took some bits of it up and I was just analyzing stuff. Before we start watching the video, let's watch this video. This was Jim Ike. If you know Jim Ike, the popular Nigerian actor. You know, there was rumors saying that they dated Nadia Buhari. I don't know whether it's true or it's false, but I found this podcast somewhere. See how he answered the question. Even him, he was only one person. There were like 3 people, and these people are not just mere people; they are industry gurus also, just like him. See how they asked the question and see how he answered. This is what I would like Ajwati to learn from, because your ex is your ex, your past is your past. So when the question is asked first, if you killed that question, then what you did at the last end, if you had started with it, that would be the end. If you killed that question, you would have gotten to this where it has gotten to. Listen to what Jim Mike said.
With Nadia Buhari, right?
Who is that?
Right. Okay, let me tell you who she is. She's a lovely bombshell who is Ghanaian, by the way. Okay. She's also in the movie industry. And rumor had it that you guys had a thing. When you were Ghanaian, something was so called.
What do you term?
I'm the one asking the questions here.
That's what I'm asking.
No.
What do you term as a thing?
You see, he would have just answered. He was playing with them. Because this podcast they are doing, they have a time on it. They can't say they are doing podcast for 10 hours. So he was playing with them just for time to go and also touch the answer. He could have just said yes. He could have just answered everything, but he wasn't doing that. You get my point. I'm not trying to defend anyone here. I'm just giving a cognitive analysis here. Jim I could have just answered. And when he answers that question, more will be coming to see what he was doing.
A thing means you guys dated, had a sexual relationship, or
amazing
romantic
I think it's the
relationship.
most insignificant
Jim,
thing.
I'm the one asking the questions here. So are
I'm
you?
defining a thing to you.
Oh, so is that what happened between the both of you?
No, I'm defining a thing.
Okay, so did you have a relationship with her?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Whether we...
If you guys dated.
Was it sexual?
Oh,
It's
wow.
English.
Was it sexual?
It could be.
Did you have sex with her?
No, with every honesty. I thought
You don't
we're here
kiss and
to
tell,
actually have a proper conversation.
No, this is
proper
it's a proper
conversation.
And
conversation.
then where's the bottle of alcohol?
He's really
So you see, he just was twisting. He was just twisting the questions. Even the presenter will be fed up. They'll move on because they've seen that we're not ready to have that conversation. This is experience talking right there. So I'm not blaming you. Maybe you might be new to all this stuff, but you have to learn from them, your mistakes. When you're done with the podcast, sit down, look at your mistakes. Also, look at where you were harsh, where you were this one. You are still learning. 23, you are still learning. You've not gotten anywhere. I can see you are new to this industry. So just take your time. Don't tell us this, your fans and things, people coming outside and check. If you make this mistake and you create enemies among yourselves, you will lose contracts. Yes, you may be getting some, but don't let your fans' reality be your reality. Okay, let's continue. So with that podcast, the main issue was that I don't know what I don't know how Ajuati or how Rose understood what Kidi was saying, but to me, let's watch this video and let's judge it. Okay, wait. So Kidi was like, what brought about all this paradise stuff? Kidi was like, do not believe what you see on the internet, which is quite true. It may be gray, but at the back, it may be black. It may be blue, but behind the scene, it may be a mixture of colors. Internet and real life sometimes differs. So that was what the conversation was about. So with that conversation came up explanations and points. That was what ended up in Rose asking or telling Ajuati, okay, with what Kidi is saying, that you are saying you still don't agree with Kidi. Okay, I don't know whether Rose had no how do we call it, scenario to give, because obviously that was what came into her mind. But she was like, with you in paradise, everyone was happy and it was rosy everywhere. Like everyone knew you were in a perfect relationship. But deep down, you had your own personal differences. And these differences broke up the relationship. Both of you weren't able to manage or solve these differences, which ended up in the relationship. But on the screens, what we were seeing, it didn't even look like people were fighting. You people were happy. You get a scenario. Maybe the tone or how she asked that question is the problem. But the question I understood she asked, this was it. Why did she ask that question? Why did she say that? It was because of, if you watch their previous interviews with Ajuati's answers, that is why she was asked that question. So let's watch this video.
Main point is that do not believe everything you see. That's the conversation.
So it started from there, where what we see on the internet isn't just as rosy as it seems in real life. And there was a sub conversation also, which came up with that. What Kidi was saying was like, are you ready to do 50-50 in a relationship? Previously in that interview, Kidi had said he doesn't do 50-50. There are times where he can do 100-0, you can do 0-100. It's life, there are ups and downs. It should be stagnant. But as a man, psychologically, we are wired to take care of our women as African men. You get it? Yes. So that was the main thing. So let's continue with the video. Let's see where Ifya Odo asked that question. And it is a long video, about 2 hours, 1 hour. So I took some bits of it, patched it up, so we can understand what is going on well. The genesis of the question, of all this banter and stuff.
About being in a stagnant relationship and how you're able to manage it. Okay. Right. So he's talking about if he's able to provide, if he can give you, he would give you. If he can also give him. But then when you're with a guy that is speaking broke, okay, sometimes it's not just the speaking broke, it's the...
You see, I was telling you, Ajuati, I think, doesn't know how to communicate or doesn't know how to answer some questions, because what you will say is what will be used to judge you, or what will be used to ask you another question. In this interview, there is a part that I put in these videos. She was asked about a question, and if Theodore was trying to tell her, the answers you are giving here is based on your experience, not someone's experience. And she even gave her example with herself. And you will go online seeing Ajuati's fans saying, but Paradise wasn't the only guy she dated. And according to Ajuati, in some of the interviews, which I think is in this video, she was saying she was fortunate. Most of the guys she met were providers. Most of the guys she met were providers. What are you trying to say? Most of them. And even to the extent you were saying some was the one making your Dubai trips looking like a sugar daddy. So what are you people saying that Paradise was the only guy? Yes, but she was saying most of the guys she met were providers. Just sometimes people to just understand these things. Don't deal with emotions. Understand what is going on. So let's watch this video.
Attitudes that adds up. You get it? As she said, you can't afford it. I'm doing this. You want to give me attitude? Come and tell me how to run things. You get like the love for you keeps diminishing when you keep doing that. So sometimes it's not because of the money I'm with you. I knew you didn't have money before I moved to you. Okay,
you moved to him.
Yeah.
You see what Kidi asked? She wasn't smart enough. You moved to him because in some other interview you said you moved to Paradise first. So there you should have asked Kidi, who is him? Who is him? If you were just giving a general example, who is him? Because to me and to your fans that are defending you, that Paradise wasn't the only one you dated. You said the ones you met were providers. And you didn't even tell us how you and Sam met. You told us how you and Paradise met and how that friendship led to a relationship. So when Kidi asked you, you moved to him. Asked who is him, but you were still answering yes, and you continue. So you see where the thing is coming from. She sold herself out. Let's continue.
I moved to my guy. So if I like you, I'll just tell you I like you. What's up? Yeah. I don't have time to waste.
Hey, come on. Wait. Okay. You're willing to do what again?
I'm willing to take somebody who does or date somebody who.
You are willing to do what again? On social media, we know after Sam came Paradise, even in some interview, Fiado and Rose was asking you, people were saying you were robbing Peter to pay for, meaning you were taking from Sam and to give Paradise. That question, you didn't answer it well. So we all know. Two in the picture right now, all those who say she is Paradise even the only one she's dating. Ajuati is 23. How many exes do you wanted to have? Just 23. You wanted to have 10 exes or 5 exes. Come on. Come on. If Fiado asked, you are willing to do what again? Because if Fiado knows in her previous interview, she said Paradise is her ex, as well as Sam. But Sam was a provider. So who is she talking about? You will do what again? Look at the question. She was the problem. You understand?
Cannot financially provide for me, and he's living in my place or he's staying with me.
But he's working.
But he's a man. Let me finish. Wait.
You see, Rose is asking again. So you are willing to take care of a man? Who is that man? Sam was a provider. Who is that man? If you want to ask again. And with her utterances, Paradise posted, because I didn't allow you to live some certain life. It's there. Read it. This is it. Read it. Because I didn't allow you to live some certain life. And because you had more money or you're making more money than me, whatever. Come on, people. Come on. Put emotions aside. Let's deal with logic. I don't know if people know where I'm coming from or where we are going. Let's continue.
No, are you willing to take care of a man?
Yeah, I don't mind. That's what I'm saying. Really? I don't mind taking care of a man. But along the way,
she doesn't mind. Are you willing to take care of a man? She doesn't mind. She doesn't mind. Are you willing? She doesn't mind. She's willing to take care of a man. Obviously, it's not Sam. Someone was a provider. Someone who took you to Dubai. Let's continue.
This brokey starts to act up, starts to talk to you anyhow, starts to have attitude. And then you just think about him like, I'm trying to do all these things for you and you're talking to me like that.
Throw yourself out.
You feel me?
Okay. They were asking you questions based on your answers. That was simple. You put to sit down with the podcast. Don't be dealing on reels and shorts to just judge things. If your daughter has been in this space for a while, so she has experience when it comes to this question. Rose is a practitioner. She's a student. They know where to get their questions from because there are no written questions. Abba, watch this video. Let's learn something from this. I just shipped in this video to understand what I was saying about Ajuati not knowing how to answer questions. She has to learn that. She's new, but she should just sit and watch a podcast.
That's younger than you because you'd cry every day.
What?
Well, it depends.
I think it depends on the person. Like, explain why.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how your stuff is
Well,
going
you're
to be.
saying you would cry every day.
On
Why?
my part, like, don't do somebody younger than you.
Does it mean
Why?
you cried every day?
You see?
No.
You see? On my part, don't do somebody younger than you. In this same episode, she was asked Paradise age. She said she doesn't know. Rose told her, you are lying. She was like, okay. And Rose even said, Paradise is also 23. This was partial crowd. Answers in so. Answers in so. You understand? And she even went ahead to explain, even this year I'll be 24, meaning Paradise is still 23. And she asked Rose, even you, there was a rumor that you are grown than your guy or whatever. And Rose was like, if you order asked, and Rose was like, he's 24, I'm 23. And Rose went ahead to ask, what if he's older than me? Ajuati said, okay, age is that it's just a number. Yet she came back to say, don't date someone who is younger than you. You will cry every day. How did you know? And that this interview, if your other went ahead was telling her, if you are talking here, you are talking based on your experience. Watch this video.
Not like I cried I'm not talking about me. I'm just giving her Rosie.
No, because from people only speak about what they experience and how they feel. Because me, I can say that, don't date a guy younger than you because they're a bit immature. Maybe because the guy that I was dating was younger than me and he was immature.
Well, yes. So, I mean, that was like past things that you've gone through.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean it's the current thing. No.
But that's a past thing though, because you guys are not current anymore.
Past. It doesn't mean the current thing. Who is the current thing? In the beginning of this video, you said you were single. Who is the current thing? You were single. You are single.
It's not current anymore.
But he's not what I'm talking about. There's someone else. Thinking.
You see, Rose was asking, so there's someone else. Who is that someone else? Sam is a provider. You stated that clearly. And you were fortunate to be blessed with people who provide. Who is that someone? Damage control,
Okay. Like, correct that. So, my status right now is I'm single. And
wait,
what? So Paradise is ex.
She can't even answer. You see, so she made herself vulnerable. And yes, even one way or the other, Rose didn't answer questions, well, she also has to learn though. But I'm saying, one tongue or feel for one tongue about the phone now. Just understand what I'm saying.
Because more often than not,
it doesn't work out.
It does not.
Because of this.
So here Kiddy was saying, from the beginning of where he said what is on the internet mostly is not real, and there were questions that pop up. So it was driving at it led to a conversation in which they were saying about this 50-50 and a girl earning more than you. That was why Ajuati brought up that brokey stuff and stuff. So Kiddy was like, to him, mostly when a girl is earning more than you or a girl is doing too much, as a guy, just back out. Because it won't end well. Because naturally we aren't wired that way. You understand? So let's continue.
Ajwa Safo is still married to her husband.
What? Who?
Ajwa Safo.
Wow.
She's still married to
her husband.
She's more financially stable than her husband.
I don't know anything about this, so I can't comment about it.
Yeah, so when they got married, yes, it was all over the internet. I saw it, right? And then people went to dig, or people dug the guy's past, and they found out that she is richer than the guy. Okay, and also with the home in which she's coming from, everybody knows who her dad is, how much money they have, what she has done over the years, and they are still together.
Young kings and queens, I have to rehash this because sometimes, take away Kiddy, take away Nana Jamna. I'm a person that uses the internet and I see a lot of things. I want to say something. We do not know anything for sure. As somebody who has gone through...
You get what Kiddy was saying? We do not know anything for sure. Let me use Rose again as an example. People were saying that's not her age. Her name is Khadija, her name is this. What if I'm a fan of Ajwati, I hadn't known Rose from anywhere? I'll be also selling this same propaganda, which on the internet might look true because most people are saying it, but on the reality is false. Let's continue.
People believing something about me, I can come out and say that no matter what you think you're seeing on the internet,
it's not always true.
No matter what you think you've heard, no matter what you think has been presented, it looks so true. We do not know these people.
Right.
We do not know what is going on in their lives. They've presented something to you and it looks like, oh, okay, it's richer than this. We do not know.
It's asking who is still together. We don't ask if maybe things are going on with it. No, we know. We are not asking.
But it's important.
If they are
It's
still
important.
together. Because if the marriage isn't dissolved and they are still together, that means, sorry to say, that means, yeah, it's working.
No, that's not accurate.
Wait.
That's not accurate. How many couples do you know that come?
There are people can be happy. People can be happy smiling. People can just be happy smiling, as you said. I don't know. You said somewhere on the I think one of your fans, or I don't know where it's in the video. They were saying Rose is just in the relationship with Joe because of fans and because of the fans' money, and that what if that one is also fake or something? Exactly. People might be happy hugging each other online, but when the camera is down, it's a different story. They might be after the video, everyone part ways just to keep the trend going. That's for business people, and if they are earning from that thing, after the camera is down, it's done. But Ajwati wasn't really trying to digest all this stuff, just because she was trying to conclude that she and Paradise, whatever that was out there, was true. And in life, things happen and they just broke up. You get that? But even though it was true, you had your differences. But with someone like me watching, I might think it's all rosy. You people don't fight or anything. That's why sometimes people come under your comment section, they tap into your relationship. Because to them, they think in their relationship that they are quarreling and stuff. Yours, there's nothing. So I think she wasn't trying to digest, to understand all this stuff. So let's go.
Sorry to say, that means, yeah, it's working.
No, that's not accurate. That's not accurate. How many couples do you know that come out on the internet and they are holding hands on red carpets and kissing each other? And then
there's abuse.
Yeah, we don't. Guys, you do not know anything for sure.
Maybe they are, and it's not in the public. There are many people who
I just don't want us to have conversation based on what we think we've seen and heard on the internet.
Which is very true.
Because we do not know anything for sure.
But
I think you do.
Right.
I don't know anything about you. I've seen things about you, but it could be false.
I still don't second you. Still don't second you.
And that's fine. You're entitled to
that's
how
fine.
He still doesn't understand what the conversation is driving at. To her, once the camera is on and they are all good, and even they have problems and they haven't divorced and they are together, it's all rosy. But they are trying to tell her that people can fake a smile on camera, but when the camera is down, they are crying. So for you, the audience sitting back there, to be thinking there are times when there are hard times where you need to cry, and your favorite celebrity and the boyfriend are always happy online, and yours is always quarreling. Maybe theirs also, when the camera is down, they are quarreling, they are not happy just like you. But to keep the trend going, to keep the account going, they have to pretend or just go with the flow. Exactly what they were saying. But still, Ajuati wasn't digesting, and it was leading to questions upon questions. That is where it ended up at the place where people were saying she was being bullied and she stood up for herself. Let's continue.
Fine, that's fine. I still want to make my point clear.
Okay, let me give you an example.
Give me an example.
With your relationship with Paradise.
You see, that's where Rose came in. With your relationship with Paradise. Because in the previous video, Rose was like, what happened? It was all good. You can't just tell me within these few months it went from 100 to 0 just like that. And I'm surprised people are bashing Rose, because if you've been following Paradise and Ajuati when they started this a video, TikTok and stuff, the same people at the comment section bashing them, YouTube bashing them. Just let's take it as if what Rose was saying, the same people who were talking just like Rose, according to her, what her fans are saying she's bullying her, and are the same people today. The question you people wanted to ask, or what you were driving at, has been asked, and you are saying she's being bullied. Nipa. Okuku seku minwe so nipa de jai samai onipe onyawo peyo nipa hu yihu papebi. You were bashing I know. If you like, take Paradise, how do we call it, TikTok or YouTube, when they started this thing, the people under the comment section. Today, you are here to defend.
Hold on.
Why is my relationship?
Why not? For some time in the public eye, it looked posh, it looked cool, it looked very nice, attractive, and anything. But then at the end of the day, we got to find out one way or the other that it wasn't all rosy. You guys had to, at a point, break up. How about that?
I said that on this podcast. I said it.
How about that? You see what I was saying? How about that? It was just an example. So there, if you don't like that example, don't even answer. Just throw it back to her. Use another example. Don't use as an example, because my ex or someone might not like it. Finish. We're going with the flow. We were going with the flow. Let's continue.
Together.
No, but you're saying that the fact that they're together still doesn't mean that it's perfect.
In all of this, I'm here. I just have one question.
Yes.
Because again, perspectives. Nobody should.
So you see, with what Kiddy was saying, maybe Kiddy didn't choose the right words. Kiddy is an entertainment person, and he knows exactly what he's saying. And with Ajuati and Paradise's page, go and look at their previous comments. You understand where Kiddy is driving at. And even in some other videos, Rose was saying, so you are trying to say you used him and dumped him based on using to build yourself, and you dumped him. Ajuati was like, no, we helped each other. It's not that way. Like, that was exactly what Kiddy was saying. You understand? That was exactly what Kiddy was saying. So Kiddy was like, so all this that was going on, it wasn't really for the clouds or to build your account or anything. But I think his choice of words that wasn't good, because I thought it was kind of a joke that he used the word bullshit or whatever. I don't know if people are getting me. So let's continue.
Come from my head, but I hear you raising your voice and shit. I just need to ask, that whole thing was real?
Yes, exactly. It's paradise.
From my perspective, it looked like a bunch of bullshit. I don't know.
No, this question. The question is, he's trying to advise people that his boys that do not go for a girl that is richer than you.
Okay.
Is paradise richer than me? Am I richer than paradise?
Are you richer than paradise?
He made the statement that don't believe all you see, because although they look like they're married, they might not be.
With paradise and whatever
rosy.
we put on the
You don't mind doing 50-50. You were asked, what will you do again? So you are willing to take your previous words. So you are willing to take care of a lady again. A guy again. You are willing to take care of a guy again. You don't mind doing that. You've done that before. It wasn't Sam. Who was it? Sam was a provider. If your dog specifically asks you, you are willing to do that again. Rose asks you that same question. You are willing to take care of a man. You came again to use that brokey and imagine you doing this, and the brokey and is being this. And with what Paradise posted on his page and what is going on, obviously you sold yourself out already. So why are you now trying to do a damage control? Are you saying you are rich? You've already said it, madam. You can't do the damage control now. Let's continue.
He made the statement that don't believe all you see, because although they look like they're married, they might not be.
With paradise and whatever we put on the internet, whatever we put out there was true. We just had some misunderstanding, and I was like, you
guys broke up.
If you're going to do this, let's just end stuff.
And this misunderstanding, you already said it. You sold yourself out. Even if you've not said it, according to what Paradise posted and what you previously said, it tallies. You've already said it. And it was used against you. God blessed you with providers along the line, your journey of dating. Sam made your Dubai trip look like a sugar daddy. And on the internet space, it's only Sam and Paradise we know. So some of your utterances, who was it going to? If this podcast was about men simping and women spending men's money, there are some utterances you would have made that some would have felt affected. If this podcast was talking about women spending men's money and women depending on men's money, I don't know how is it, or women being sponsored by men. There are some utterances you would have said that some might have felt affected. But this is other way around. Do you mind sharing 50 or taking care of a man or something? Which Cookie was even trying to tell you that is not good from her experience. So now what damage control are you trying to make?
So that was it.
So still there was some problems.
But if you say that what we put out there, you're saying no, it was never.
I'm not saying you're faking, though. I'm saying that there were still some problems there. It wasn't all rosy. It wasn't perfect.
No, it was.
That's what I'm saying.
Your name
it wasn't all rosy. It wasn't rosy. It wasn't. You were literally taking care of this guy. What are you talking about?
How do you know I was taking care of him? How do you know I was taking care
Madam,
of him?
you said it. How does she know like that? You said it. You said it. I think you need to work on the communication skills when it comes to interviews and podcasts. Seriously. That's what I can say.
I was surprised and it was rosy. It was rosy till it got to a point where he did something and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. We are done.
Wait.
Why did it look like bullshit to you? I want to know.
Because as a person that whoever
she asked Kiddy, why did the so-called relationship look like bullshit to him?
I want to know.
Because as a person that whoever I am and however I'm perceiving whatever was being presented to me, it did not feel real.
And also to add to that,
you should know, as I told you, Kiddy is not a 1 year, 2 years, 3 years entertainment person. He has been in this industry. He has seen it. He knows it. He knows what he's talking about. Okay. He knows the business.
People in the public eye who use situations like this, they deliberately.
So we'll just listen to this submission Cookie gave. And logically, with no emotion, justify it with what the questions Rose was asking and what Kiddy was saying. And some of the questions Ifeodo was asking, listening to Cookie.
Deliberately act like they're dating just to, maybe for some sort of engagements, and also it was maybe business. People even marry for business. Like
I get all those things, but in this case, I'm trying to tell Rosie that me being with this person, it was real. We were together. Well, whatever we put there, we were in that moment. Okay. Things happened and it didn't work out. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it was real. So, I ended anyway.
But whatever real or unreal, that's not the point of the point of the conversation.
I don't wait.
But
you just said here that nothing lasts forever. So baby girl, don't be too pompous.
So the Camido can you here we did. Rose here we did. Rose this one there. What are you actually talking that here we did? Here we all did. So we continue.
Don't be too pompous. Nothing lasts forever. I'm telling you, nothing lasts forever. We will be here.
I think you're
the internet is there. We
the
will be here.
Point I was trying to,
see how it is.
the point I was trying to.
You deserve tired. I think you are deviating. Share. You the women when do podcast. You the women will argue. You know go now. So that is it. Just understand what I'm saying, and you should sit down. If you don't have time to watch the podcast, please watch up to some parts, understand where I'm coming from. I'm not supporting anyone here, but Rose being someone I know and the utterances that are coming online with her, like it's not fine, and I need to clarify something. If there are some words she also spoke there which I didn't hear, some said she said bitch and other stuff, she should just apologize and they should move on. And also saying, yes, Ajuati is doing good for herself. A young girl who left home with this one has a shop, paying workers is good. Rose too had hers where fans. For you to have real fan base to contribute money for you to rent and buy, come on, this is not joke. This is not joke. This fan base, as we know, is Shatawale and Stoneboy fan base. Saturday them the fan base. We go fi do this. Not young girl, 23 years old. Now you put up with Kylie Jenner. Is it Kylie Jenner or somebody? Her fans were contributing for her to be a young billionaire. Now you know if you take this one through this girl. No, they make sense. You understand? These two girls are beautiful, energetic, ambitious girls who have started in this entertainment business or industry. We should just support them. We shouldn't create enemies just because of 1-2 hours podcast among themselves. They should just learn from their mistakes and go on. If it's questions, Rose has to improve on her question accent. And if it's answering that, Ajuati, we the fan base should just tell them and just should move on. And with Paradise also, as boys, as men, as the voice of the WhatsApp group, we should just support him, because Charlie, this thing is becoming unbecoming. Man and woman will get issue in Ghana. It happened to Medical. And who again? It happened to Funny Face. It happened to Kwekumenu. Women will be doing their part online, granting interviews, saying stuff. No one will talk. When men come and talk, they say they are immature because the blood of men are not red. It's green. Yes, sometimes we have to control our emotions, and it's not everything that we have to say out there. But sometimes, some people, when they talk, they feel relieved. You understand? So this is Matters Arising. And also, as you already know my slogan, you say no one the advice, nobody advise yourself. It's your mind vibe. I'm out.